On YouTube, it's your boy Dermy Wormy. I'm coming at you with another video, and today we're talking Star Wars The Acolyte, a show that is being put out by Disney Star Wars that has been solely promoted via diversity, oppression, and all the wonderful woke bullcrap. You come over here to this. The Acolyte, Charlie Barnett, absurdly claims he never believed he could play a Jedi because I was not reflected for so many times throughout these films in the past, completely ignoring all the wonderful characters like Mace Windu, Lando Calrissian, all the wonderful characters of the past that were of a particular suede. You then come over here to the main actress. The Acolyte actress Amanda Steinberg claims the world of fantasy and sci-fi hasn't felt like a safe space always for people of color. Or maybe you want the wonderful Jodie Turner-Smith, who comes out and praises series for being part of a wave of more inclusive and beautifully represented Star Wars shows. That right, everything's based on inclusivity, diversity, representation, all the wonderful bull crap that we've been getting thus far. You then recently had Leslie Headland come out and say, after Disney decanonized material, the Acolyte showrunner Leslie Headland says upcoming Star Wars series will use EU lore. I thought it was so cool, and no one told me I couldn't. Basically proving that Star Wars and Lucasfilm will gladly go around, take all these decanonized area from the EU, take all this EU lore that they don't want, that they decanonized, they decommissioned, and bastardize it and pillage it to put in their shows just so that they can use it for their own ends. You then had the Acolyte showrunner Leslie Headland says, upcoming Star Wars series will ask whether the bad guys are actually the underdog. Oh my lord! Why? Why? You've had other actresses and actors say, you know, there's no real good or evil within Star Wars. It's something completely different, completely ignoring what Star Wars actually was, a blatant fight between good and evil. You come over here to End Wokeness, who ends up tweeting out a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful clip of Leslie Headland saying what this show was based off of. LGBTQ activist Leslie Headland is a new director in the Star Wars franchise. Her goal for the films, it's supposed to be TV series, it is what it is, to make it LGBTQ inclusive and similar to Disney fairy tales. And when you get her actual quote, it's a little bit more messed up.
When I saw Frozen as a grown-ass woman, I cried through the entire movie. There was just something about the relationship between the sisters, the like de-villainization of the classic kind of fairy tale bad guy, you know, the concept of true love being between two sisters and not a heterosexual relationship. Like, it just...
Apparently that's Queen being queer to her. Two sisters being in love with each other, not a heterosexual relationship. Okay.
It just destroyed me completely. And I thought, gosh, you know, I would love to make something like this that is, you know, for lack of a better term, Disney, meaning it's something that like my parents would have allowed me to see when I was younger as a queer person.
Gotcha.
But I would have been able to understand as a queer person. And I think I would have had a completely different life. And so I really was inspired by it and was like, God, I would love to make a story like this. And so when I was developing this original idea to pitch to Kathleen, I thought, well, you know, it can't just be that. You know, when you're pitching Star Wars, you have to pull from what, you know, George was also interested in. Like, it can't just be like, well, I'm referencing, especially if you're going to set something, you know, during the High Republic or end of High Republic into prequels, you don't have the Skywalker saga. Like, you can't.
I mean, she's right, but referencing something that George would like would be, you know, something completely different than Kill Bill and bringing Frozen into all of this. So... okay, but the whole reason she's doing this is to push more LGBTQ activism within Star Wars itself. But let's be real clear here. There's nobody who's excited for the show. There's nobody who actually wants the show. And you come over here to the actual trailer that was released just the other day, and you scroll down here. It is the first ever trailer of a Star Wars show on the actual Star Wars account to be ratioed. 141K up to 195K down. This is monumental. Nobody wants this show. Everything's worked against this show. Frozen meets Kill Bill. Diversity up the wazoo. Inclusivity. All the talking points that we're just sick and tired of. Being helmed by Leslie Headland, former personal assistant to Harvey Weinstein. Man, this just screams wonderful times, and it just sounds like a wonderful, wonderful time for YouTubers who will be covering this, and an awful time for Disney Star Wars moving forward. But I'm gonna leave it there, guys. Let me get your guys' thoughts on all this down in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it out, friends. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for every time I put out a new video and go live, and I'll see you guys all on the next one. Bye for now.